I just analyzed over 400 booking appointments across 30 plus martial arts schools. And the data tells a very clear story about when leads are actually booking appointments and when you're wasting your time chasing after leads that will never book. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact numbers, the exact time windows that matter, and the 4 things you can do this week to get more leads to actually show up on your calendar. I'm Dave Mulcahy with Pack the Mats. We help martial arts school owners with their ads and their full enrollment system so that they can start packing their mats. But we don't just track leads, we track appointments, because a lead who never books is just a name on a list that you have to chase around. So here's what we did. We pulled recent booking data across all of our managed schools. We matched every lead notification with their first booked appointment, and we broke it all down by how fast they book, what time of day they book, and what day of the week they book. So this isn't theory. This is what's actually happening right now in martial arts schools just like yours. So here's the headline number. The median time from when a lead first comes in to when they first book their appointment is about 4 hours. So that means that half of all leads who eventually book do so within the first 4 hours, and half do it after the first 4 hours. But here's where the data gets interesting. 39% of all leads who book do it within the first hour, and 51%, just over half, book within the first 6 hours. By the end of the first day from when a lead comes in, over 68% of bookings happen within those first 24 hours. And 86% of all appointments happen within the first 3 days from when a lead opts in. By the end of the first week, 93% of appointments had happened within the first 7 days of when somebody had opted in. So what does that tell us? It tells us that if a lead hasn't booked within 7 days, the chances of them booking goes down drastically. After those 7 days, you're looking at single-digit conversion rates. But here's the part that should change how you operate and how you follow up with leads. Almost 40% of leads book within that first hour of when they opt in. The first hour after a lead comes in is the most valuable window that you have. So what we did is we split our clients into 2 main groups. The first is a group where the academy handles the follow-up. The second group is the one where our call team is helping with the follow-up. In the first group, where the academy owners or a person at the academy manages the follow-up, the median time to booking was about 5 hours. For group 2, where our call team at Pack the Mats was handling the follow-up, we saw a median booking time of 3.8 hours. So it sped up just a little bit, showing that having a dedicated person who will follow up with the leads quickly does increase speed to lead and how fast they'll actually book by about 1.2 hours. But overall, the medians are very close. The important takeaway is to have a dedicated person available about 12 hours a day to make sure that when a lead comes in, there's somebody there to follow up with them quickly and try to get them booked, especially within that 1 hour window. But we also noticed that the best performing academies in our groups had strong auto booking flows. This is where somebody fills out a form on Facebook or your website and they're taken immediately to a booking page where they can select their time and schedule. If somebody doesn't auto book, that's where you want your follow-up team being able to follow up with them quickly. Now let's talk about what days of the week and what times of the day people are most likely to book. This is not when the appointment slot is. This is the time when somebody actually sits down, fills out your form, and selects the time that they would like to come in. The peak window is between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. These are the golden hours of when people are booking appointments. We saw a strong cluster in the late morning. That's between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. when people are booking. And then we saw another push in the afternoon between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. The third cluster that we saw was an evening group that booked between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m., which makes sense, right? Parents are getting home, they're scrolling their phone, seeing the ad, opting in and booking their first appointment. So why does this matter? If your follow-up texts and phone calls are going out at 8 or 9 a.m., there's a chance that you're missing that golden window. So really, if you had to focus your follow-up on a certain time of day, we would recommend between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. for following up. When we look at the total week, The midweek is when most people are booking. So if you were forced to only have 3 days a week to handle your follow-up, we recommend Tuesday through Thursday and really focusing in on that golden window between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. All right, so let's make this data actionable. Here are 4 things that you can do right away this week to increase your booking rates and get more people coming through the door. Number 1, set up an auto booking process for all of your ads and for your website. If your ads and your website send people to a thank you page that says, "Thank you so much, somebody is going to reach out shortly," you're missing out on a large number of people who will self-book. What you want to do is add a calendar to that thank you page. Allow people to look at your schedule and select the time that best works for them. A large percentage of the people who booked within the first hour did so on their own using an auto booking page. So that's something that you need to implement right away to increase your booking numbers. Number 2, you need to follow up with them within at least the first hour of when a lead comes in. Within 5 minutes is the overall goal. If you go back and watch our follow-up video from a couple of weeks ago, this was an important point. Speed to lead matters. So the faster you can follow up with them, the better. This is especially important if you don't have an auto booking page. But no matter what, following up with your leads as quickly as possible is always going to result in better results from your advertising and from your lead generation. Number 3, front load your follow-up within those first 3 days. 86% of bookings happen within the first 72 hours from when a lead opts in. So your follow-up cadence needs to be aggressive in that window. Make sure you're including calls, texts, voicemails, and emails to make sure that you are hitting them and reminding them that they need to come in and book that first appointment. After day 3, you want to continue to follow up until at least day 7. We go all the way until day 14, but we see a big drop off after day 7. So prioritize leads that have come in within the last week if you want to see your booking rates go up. The number 4 tip that you can do this week to increase your book rates is to time your outreach to when people are active. If you're forced into a small window of calling people, really focus on that 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. window, as well as that 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. window. Those are the times that the majority of leads are actually engaging and looking to book their appointment. An evening call around 7 p.m., just set it in your calendar, have somebody on your team go through and call all the leads from the last week around 7 p.m. is also an important window that we saw a spike in bookings. Every one of these numbers came from real martial arts schools just like yours running real ads. These aren't from surveying people. These aren't guesses. These are actual booking data. The schools that are winning right now seem to have one thing in common. They make it very easy to book and they make it fast. If your system and your follow-up team has friction or delays, you're going to see a decrease in bookings. And those leads are probably going to book with somebody else or they're not going to book at all. So if you need help setting up a system like this where people can auto book and you have a team dedicated to your follow-up, we'd love to talk with you here at Pack the Mats and see if we can help you guys hit your numbers and start packing your mats. Check out packthemats.com or drop a comment below and we'll get back to you. I'll see you on the next video. Swoop!